My coworker challenged me to a baking contest for the office party. She didn't know I was a former pastry chef for the White House. Anyone can make coxa from a box, Sarah announced loudly across our office kitchen. I don't know why everyone's so impressed with Jen's baking. I continued washing my coffee mug, pretending not to hear. For 6 months at this accounting firm, I'd occasionally brought in homemade pastries, nothing fancy, just simple comfort bakes that reminded me of happier times. I bet I could beat you in a bake-off for the company party next week, Sarah continued, clearly wanting an audience. Ines, you are scared your little hobby can't stand up to real talent. Our coworkers looked uncomfortable. They knew Sarah had been trying to undermine me since I started, the new hire who threatened her senior position. Sure, I shrugged. Great fun. What Sarah didn't know, what none of them knew, was that before pro and anxiety attacks forced me to change careers, I had spent 8 years as a pastry chef at the White House, creating desserts for presidents, diplomats, and royalty. I'd left that world behind along with the 100-hour work weeks and crippling pressure. My therapist had suggested baking as a casual hobby might help me heal my relationship with food. The simple office treats were part of my recovery. The day of the competition arrived, Sarah strutted in with an elaborate 3-tier cake covered in fondant flowers. It was impressive for an amateur, clearly the result of YouTube door eyes and an entire weekend's work. I brought in a simple-looking apple tart, no elaborate decorations, just perfect laminated pastry, apples sliced paper thin, and a technique that had taken me years to master. When our CEO took his first bite of my tart, he went completely silent. This is the best thing I've ever tasted, he finally said. Where did you learn to bake like this? Before I could answer, a receptionist gasped, looking at her phone. Oh my god, Jen, is this you? She turned her screen around, showing a White House documentary clip where I was creating a state dinner dessert. Sarah's face drained of color as coworkers gathered around the phone. That life wasn't for me, I said quietly, but I still love to bake. Sometimes your greatest talents aren't meant to define your career, but they might still silence your critics.